My name's James, and today I'm going to fix the CrazyBus OST in 2 hours. This is a game that I've never played, so what I'm going to do is watch some gameplay footage on mute and then create a track from the visuals that I'm seeing on screen. So let's go. CrazyBus. I wonder if I can get a tempo from that flashing text on screen. Maybe that's a good starting point. Yeah, I read up about some of the history of the game, and yeah, it was apparently created as a demo or a testing sort of bed that, yeah, the game dev wanted to test making a game, I guess. Does it have to reverse every time? What's that about? Guessing this is choosing the bus? You get a choice of what bus to drive? Yeah, must be. Every time it hits the weird, like, cross symbol, checker padded cross symbol on the right side there. It, like, hits it and then it comes back and then it goes again. I will say, you know, for 2004, made by one person, who knows if this was their first time actually making something, but I'm gonna say, like, it's not terrible. You know, as a testing ground, as a way of, yeah, testing both, like, you know, computer skills and coding and everything that goes along with making a game. It's not terrible for someone's first try. So I will say that. Is it, you know, of the same caliber of games from 2004 or even prior to 2004? Absolutely not. So there we go. That's just about 5 minutes of gameplay. I think, yeah, to be completely honest, I am going to use that flashing text on screen as a tempo marker. That's going to be where I start off. And then as for the actual sort of like tonality and genre that I go with, I definitely think I want to go with something sort of a bit of a bit crush sound, just given the gameplay style and, you know, the graphics. But then from there, I'm not quite too sure. So let's see where this goes. So I think what I'm trying to imagine is a bus driver waking up in the morning and who actually really loves their job, knows everything about buses, knows sort of like the history of buses, knows how to fix a bus themselves, loves the idea of, yeah, helping people get from A to B, you know, just loves their job. That's what I think I'm gonna go with. Something a bit sort of like happy, upbeat, you know, nice and open sort of sounding. I have one thought of going the complete opposite way and going like really sort of full on chaotic, you know, sort of like being stuck in traffic and you know, that I guess comical bus driver that you see in a lot of movies.
I'll turn this damn bus around. That'll end your precious little field trip pretty damn quick, huh?
I think I'm gonna go the other way. I think, yeah, just, yeah, the wholesomeness of a game, the wholesomeness of someone, I assume, yeah, one person creating the game CrazyBus, and just sort of like trying to put myself in their shoes as well. It was sort of like, you know, if this was the perfect bus driving game and, you know, I wanted someone to play it for hours on end, you know, I would want them to enjoy the composition, the musical experience that is accompanying it. So that's, yeah, I think I'm gonna go with something just nice and bright and airy and, yeah, just sort of really laid back as well. So I've got this little melody idea. I don't mind that. So yeah, sort of simple, just kind of C, D minor, C, E major. And kind of, now adding like the chord progression to it, it gives us, particularly that E major, it gives us something else, something a bit more, because yeah, that's even though we're going to the minor there, it's still nice. It's like, maybe it's a bit of a rainy day, driving the bus, and then the sun comes back in, but then when we go to that E major, it's been just over an hour. I am, I think, behind where I should be. So far I've got, that synth melody, and I've got some acoustic guitar in there. I might add some percussion in, maybe, yeah, some like a shaker or something to move things along. But I think what I also want to do is I want to put in a B section. I think what I'm working on right now is going to be like the A section, kind of like the main melody line. It's got this nice pushing of the rhythm of the acoustic guitar. It's got this fun little quirky melody line to accompany it. But yeah, I think it needs to go somewhere else. I think it needs to kind of go on a journey and then come back. So maybe this is like the starting point, of the journey. This is people getting onto the bus. The bus is fueled, it's getting ready to go, and then it goes off somewhere, and then it comes back. What I'm going to do now is do like an alternate version of the A section, which will be a little bit lighter, not as sort of full on driving with the picking, sort of just more a bit like. So now I've got down my A section, my B section, and my alternate sort of softer A section. Now I'm gonna sort of arrange it all together and then see what else needs to be in there. I definitely think, yeah, some percussion. So I've got my basic arrangement done. I've got almost 20 minutes left to get this all finished, both, sort of compositionally and mixed. The pressure's on. I do want to try putting in some percussion. I've got some egg shakers here. I've got a tambourine as well back there. 10 minutes to go. I'm running out of time. I'm gonna put in a real quick, simple MIDI kick drum just to sort of drive things home at the end there. I might put in a few little crash hits as well. I've run out of time. I started just after 9 a.m. and now it's just after 11 a.m. I'm gonna do a really quick mix and a stupidly simple master just to get everything leveled. But overall, I think I'm generally happy with how it's sounding. But yeah, there's definitely much more that I would like to do. When it came to the mixing and mastering process, there was just a few little bits that I couldn't quite let go. So I ended up doing probably about 25 or 30 minutes. And also during that time, I changed the arrangement a little bit. I found that, yeah, the opening section was a little bit too busy. There was too much going on and it kind of took away from the final section. I also removed the claps that I put in. They just weren't working for me. So made it a bit more simpler overall so that once it gets to that final section, it is a bit more impactful. So with that out of the way, here's the finished track along with some gameplay. So overall, I'm fairly happy with how it turned out. I do wish that I got around to putting some bass guitar in. I do also wish that I had a little bit more time to work with the melody. I do also think that with the first initial choice that I made with setting the tempo as high as I did, that kind of pushed things in a particular direction. I don't think that it exactly fits the game. However, I do think that it would probably work quite well for like a farming simulator or even like a sort of a zoo tycoon kind of game. It's got that a bit more going for it. But now is the big question, how does it compare to the original music from CrazyBus? Whoa! This is not at all what I was expecting. Everything, it's just so counterintuitive. The sound effects are actually kind of cute. I like the reversing. That's funny. And the beeping. Yeah, the whirring of the engine, that's probably like the most annoying thing. I wonder if you're controlling the horn. I mean, I kind of don't mind the rhythm and the sort of like beat of it, the do 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 do. It just doesn't work for this game. Like, it should be something much more wholesome, not as intense and chaotic as it is. Okay, I think that's enough. That is amazing. That is truly amazing. I guess, again, yeah, to go back to the point that, you know, this was, at least from my understanding, created by one person and as a way of like testing their system and testing, you know, their game engine, their sound card. So I can kind of understand how like just having everything, all cylinders firing at once to, yeah, really like stress test the system. So I can kind of understand, yeah, like where they're coming from that aspect. That might also be me being generous as well. Or maybe that was, you know, how the music was meant to be. Maybe it is meant to be, yeah, sort of like, again, as I mentioned previously, like the chaos sort of like of being a bus driver and just driving people around in a busy city. Maybe it's that as well. I honestly don't know, but if you do know, please let me know in the comments down below, because yeah, from what I could find, there really isn't a lot of information out there about, one, the game, and two, the music. Alright, that's it from me in this one. Be sure to let me know, what are your guys' thoughts on the music from CrazyBus, and what do you think of my soundtrack that I made for the game? Also, let me know, what game OST should I fix next? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, check out one of these other videos that's appeared before me, and you'll catch me in the next one.